Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Jiyan is one of the top DPS in the game who is great in both single target and AoE situations. This is an updated guide for Jiyan where I will cover everything you need to know about him, which includes his kit, sequences, best weapons, echoes, teams, rotations, and more. Without any further ado, let's start with his kit. After using his resonance skill, Jiyan dashes forward and deals damage. This can be casted in mid-air too. After using his resonance liberation, he enters into an enhanced state that lasts for 10 seconds. In this state, he gets really high resistance to interruption, and all his basic attacks are replaced with special heavy attack. All the damage dealt in this state is considered as heavy attack damage. It has a cost of 125 energy and a cooldown of 16 seconds. While playing Jiyan, you will notice that he has two ultimate animations. This is due to his 4-day circuit. Jiyan can have up to 60 resolve stacks, which is gained when his normal attacks hit. His intro skill instantly gives him 30 resolve stacks, which is really helpful and crucial for his rotation. If you cast his resonance skill while his 40 circuit is half filled, that is in possession of 30 stacks, he will consume all the forte circuit stacks, and the skill will deal 20% increased damage. However, we won't be doing this in most of the scenarios, and you will know why in a bit. If you cast Jiyan's Resonance Liberation while he has 30 or more resolve stacks, that is when his forte circuit is half filled. Jiyan will consume those stacks and will deal additional damage, which has a really high multiplier. This method triggers his second burst animation. Just a quick tip, you don't need to repeatedly press the attack button after using his liberation. You can just hold it and Jiyan will do the attacks. While casting his resonance skill during his resonance liberation state, his skill will always be enhanced and won't consume any resolve stacks. So prioritize using the liberation to consume the resolve stacks and then use his skill in his liberation state. His intro skill deals some damage, and as I said earlier, it gives him 30 resolve stacks. In his outro skill, Jiyan will do coordinated attacks along with the heavy attacks of the next character you switch into. This has good multiplier and lasts for only 8 seconds. This can be triggered only up to 2 times. We won't be using it much, but can be useful if that character uses heavy attack. His first inherent skill grants him 10% attack increase after casting his intro skill. And the second inherent skill gives him 12% crit damage increase for 8 seconds when Jiyan hits an enemy, which is basically permanent. Moving on to his talent priority. Jiyan has separate damage multipliers, which are tied to his resonance liberation. It makes up for most of his personal damage. So the resonance liberation takes the top priority, followed by his forte circuit and resonance skill, then intro skill. You can just skip the basic attacks, as with enough energy regen, you can have 100% uptime on his resonance liberation and won't be using his basic attacks most of the time, unless in the outer world. Leveling his basic attack isn't a completely bad investment for early or mid-game, but it does get wasted during the late game when you have good echoes. Resonance liberation, forte circuit, and resonance skill are all that matters. You can level the intro skill a bit for more damage. As I said earlier, most of his damage comes during the window of his resonance liberation, so your on-field time with Jiyan would be only during his liberation state. It is crucial to have 100% uptime on his resonance liberation, which means you need to build some energy regen on him. Generally speaking, try to get around 130% energy regen. This amount can be reduced by using someone like Yang, who provides energy restoration, but she is not the best option for him. Moving on to his echoes. Jiyan's best echo set is the 5-piece Sierra Gale set. 5-piece Lingering Tunes is a good alternative. It is around 4 to 5% worse, but its echo skill is a bit easier to use. In early game, it can be difficult to get good pieces from a single set, so you can use 2-piece Sierra with 2-piece Lingering Tunes till you get the better options. 2-piece Moonlit is also viable if you need the energy regen. For your echo skill, the Phalian Berengal will be the best choice, as it deals nice damage and gives 12% arrow damage and 12% heavy attack damage bonus, which is great as Jiyan's damage in liberation state is considered as heavy attack damage. However, this monkey is quite slow. The buff is activated only when the monkey completes his second hit. As a result, it is important to land the second hit. So what you can do is swap cancel it. You need to swap cancel it before you give the buffs from characters like Mortefi to Jiyan. I will cover this in detail in the rotation section. The Mech Abomination is a decent alternative if you are using the Lingering Tunes set or using its mixture. It is much easier to use as it has no animation, unlike the monkey, and doesn't need any swap cancels. For echo stats, crit rate or damage, depending on your stats on 4 cost echo. On 3 cost echoes, go for arrow damage bonus. You can also go with a combination of 1 3 cost arrow damage bonus and 1 3 cost attack % echo if you don't have double arrow damage pieces. This combination is only 4% worse than double arrow damage. Energy regen on one of your 3 cost echoes is also viable to meet Jiyan's energy requirements if you have no energy regen rolls from your substats. But I recommend you to try and meet the energy requirements from substats, and on 1 cost echo, go for attack %. For substats, look for energy regen until required, then go for crit stats, then attack % and heavy attack damage bonus or flat attack. Try to aim for 60% crit rate or higher. Moving on to his weapons. The best weapon for Jiyan is obviously his signature weapon, Verdant Summit. It provides a huge amount of crit damage and additionally gives 12% permanent all type of damage bonus and up to 48% heavy attack damage bonus. It is usable on all DPS characters, so getting this weapon is not a bad choice. Jinxi's signature weapon, Ages of Harvest, will be his second best weapon option. It is worse than his signature weapon by around 10%. It has crit rate stats and provides 12% all type of damage bonus and some resonant skill damage bonus, which is decent, but not the best buff. The 5-star standard weapon, Lustrous Razor, is also a great weapon option to use on him, as it provides a lot of attack % and energy regen. The Resonance Liberation damage bonus is wasted on him, but this weapon is a good stat stick. Aside from these, the BP weapon, Autumn Trace, is a good weapon option due to the crit rate and attack buff. The new gacha weapon, Waning Redshift, will be his second best 4-star option. You can get 1 copy for free from Where Stars Slumber event. This weapon grants resonance energy, which lowers Jiyan's energy requirements and increases attack after casting resonance skill. The Helios Cleaver is a decent stat stick. If you don't have any of these weapons, you can use the craftable weapon, Broadblade 41. It provides a good amount of energy regen, letting you build offensive stats from your echoes, and provides a good amount of attack. You can max refine it easily as it is free. Do keep in mind you need to have over 80% HP to activate its passive, so it can get inconsistent. Aside from these, for 3 stars you can use the R5 Guardian Broadblade or the R5 Broadblade of Night. Now let's move on to Jiyan's best team comps and team synergies. The best character for the second slot is going to be Mortefi. He provides a huge 38% heavy attack damage amplification for 14 seconds from his outro, and he can deal good off-field damage. I have made a detailed guide on Mortefi. You can check it out. Alto is a decent replacement for Mortefi, as he can provide arrow damage amplification. I have a guide for him as well. I will leave the link in description. Yinlin and Jeji can be used as off-field DPS. Yang Yang can be used for some energy regen. And for the last slot, it will be a sustain support like Shorekeeper, Verena, or Baiji. Jianshin can also be used as she can provide shield, heals, and crowd control and use the rejuvenating glow set. Here are some Jiyan's team examples. Jiyan, Mortefi, Shorekeeper. Jiyan, Alto, Verena. Jiyan, Yang Yang, Baiji. Now with all the basics out of the way, let's move on to Jiyan's rotation. Just a small reminder, it would really help my channel a lot if you could like and share the video and subscribe to it. Before the team rotation, let me first explain Jiyan's combo. Jiyan is very easy to play. First start with his intro skill, then use his liberation. After you use his liberation, Jiyan usually moves a bit behind. This creates a gap between Jiyan and the enemy. If you use his resonance skill right after his liberation, you will miss quite a lot of hits from his skill. So what you need to do is, after you use his liberation, close the gap by using the normal attack once, then use his resonance skill and spam his normal attacks again. You can just hold the normal attack button instead of repeatedly pressing it. When the liberation is about to end, use his resonance skill again. Make sure you use it before the liberation ends to get the enhancement. Using the resonance skill twice is essential, as it generates resonance energy, which you will need for your next rotation. When the liberation ends, go back to your supports to refresh the buffs. Here's an example of his team rotation. Now moving on to his sequences. I will quickly go over them. All his sequences except the first one are decent to really strong upgrades. Unless you're going for his third sequence or higher, don't pull for his sequences. Instead, pull the weapon, it is much more worth it. The first one is totally not worth it. It just lets you cast his resonance skill once more and reduces the resolve consumption of this skill by 15. It can help to reduce his energy requirements, but don't spend your astrites for this. The second sequence gives him some attack boost, which is like only 10% increase. The third one increases his crit rate by 16% and crit damage by 32% after casting his intro skill, Resonance Liberation or Resonance skill. You can basically have permanent uptime on this. This is around 37% damage increase over his S0. His fourth sequence gives team-wide 25% heavy attack damage bonus for 30 seconds after casting his Resonance Liberation. This is a decent upgrade. The fifth sequence increases the damage multiplier of his outrow skill by 120% and gives him an attack boost for up to 45%, which can be gained by just performing his intro skill. So yeah, a big upgrade. And the last constellation is obviously his best one. Jiyan gains momentum stacks after casting a heavy attack, intro skill, or resonance skill. These stacks will be consumed to increase the multiplier of his 4-day circuit by 120%. For F2P or low spenders, just stick with S0 Jiyan, as he is already strong without any sequences. You can pull the weapon, as it is very strong and can be used on other characters as well. Now the main question, is Jiyan, who is the first limited character, still worth it? Short answer, yes. He may not be as strong as Jinsei, who is currently the best DPS. He is still a meta character. He can easily clear the Tower of Adversity and doesn't need any complicated swap-cancel combos, making him beginner-friendly. His attacks can automatically parry enemies, which is very helpful. He can easily carry you through the hardest contents. He is totally worth it. Just go for him. Let me know in the comments at what tier would you put Jiyan in. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.